We have many traditions here at Georgia Southwestern that are special, but one tradition is especially special, and it has to do with this silver Presidential Challenge coin. You see, when you enroll at Georgia Southwestern, I'll have the honor of giving you one of these coins as you begin your journey here, and we're going to ask you to hang on to it while you're here. You'll note at Georgia Southwestern that people are important to us. You're important to us. We find that our college experience really is more about relationships than it is even about the programs we study. While you're here, you'll develop special relationships with faculty, staff, administrators, community members, and fellow students. And when you get ready to graduate, we're going to ask you to identify that most special relationship you've had and honor that person by presenting them with your challenge coin. As I said, it's a tradition that is especially special, and I'm glad that you get to be part of it.
So I decided to give my coin to Jamie Vincent Student Accounts because I was freaking out, didn't know what to do, was scared to tell my parents. I'm like, oh man, I just got dropped. I'm finna get kicked out of school. She told me about NailNet. She was calming me down like, it's okay. Don't freak out. You got time. Here are the steps. You could do this, this, this. She actually helped me. Because I know you have some people who, to them, it's just a job. And then you got people who, yeah, it's their job, but they want to help. And ever since then, we built, like a rapport. I go see Miss Vincent sometimes at the class, or I catch her walking to the food truck on Tuesdays, go up and, speak to her, and we built a rapport. But the moment I decided, like when I knew I was going to give my coin to Miss Vincent, in 2023, I had appendicitis. And I was hurting, I was down, I was sad. Ms. Vincent emailed me, checking on me, making sure that I was okay. So when I gave Ms. Vincent my coin, she was surprised because it's her first one. Like in the movie, you got stars, you got actors that you know, but you also got people behind the scenes who also make a difference, such as the director, the producer, the costume designers. You have people who's not in the spotlight, but behind the scenes to help, make the movie, but they make a difference. And I say that to Ms. Vincent. So when I gave her the coin, of course, she was excited. She was happy, and it's her first one. But yeah, she was excited. She was really excited. I told her, I said, I'm gonna give you my coin, and she just turned red in the face. She was so happy.
It meant a lot to receive the challenge coin. I received 3 coins in all so far. The first 2 coins came from students that I met in public safety. Those relationships carried over to my new role as a residential life assistant director. The coin do remind me of those moments that may not seem as big when you're talking to a student. Several of my conversations, I try to remind students that I once was a student myself, and I also had them same challenges that they have. I think myself and many more staff love the opportunity to talk with these young students to make sure they get all they need. It's very, very rewarding when you do see them cross the finish line and receive that last coin, which is the gold coin, and you be a part of that moment knowing that you helped someone achieve the ultimate moment. When it comes down to it, I think that we want to make sure that student get the best experience at Georgia Southwestern.
I chose to give my coin to Miss Jessica because my roots with her and my history with her go back further than just my college years. So I actually was in her preschool class. I was one of her students. I think I was like her 2nd or 3rd year, so she was pretty young when she had me. When I grew up, I later decided that I also wanted to be a teacher. So I came to GSW to get my elementary education degree, and I was lucky enough to be able to student teach under her again. So now I was back in her classroom learning with her, but in a different aspect. Instead of learning how to thrive in a classroom as a student, now I'm learning how to thrive in a classroom as a teacher and help my students thrive in the classroom. When I gave her my coin, I wrote her a letter and I got her a little gift. I got in there early and I had like a cute little setup with some flowers, and I just had it all set up, and I presented it to her, and we just cried. Honestly, we just cried, and it was so sweet to have this full circle moment that I'm now learning with her again. Later, after I gave her the coin, we found out that some positions were going to be moved around, and she is now the director and I am now a new lead teacher. So I will start my first year of teaching under her again, but now she is my boss, and I am actually in charge of a classroom, and she helped prepare me for this moment in my life, and I'm super excited.
I was a student here in IT, and so now that I can teach students, kind of give back, it does feel like a full circle moment. A lot of times when I receive these coins, I like to see and ask, students, what kind of led to you giving me that coin? And most of the time, they're saying that maybe it's something that it was a class that really pushed them, or it was an internship that maybe I recommended them for and they excelled. I think a lot of students that give me a coin usually comes from their senior course. It's actually our capstone course. And so that course, they're having to take everything they learned throughout their college career, especially in our curriculum, and then they have to come up and solve some problem. And that course is really tough because students really have to grow so much during that course. They have to build things that they've never built before. And not only are they building this to pass the course, but they're also going into research symposium. They're winning the symposiums. They're competing against each other, and they grow so much and build some great things. And I think really it's not just what they do in the class, but it's what they learn they are capable of. And I think it kind of resonates with them. It really is impactful for me, and I'm glad it's impactful for them as well.
So in my role in first year experience, I've had the privilege of receiving 5 silver coins from students who I've worked closely with. Receiving the silver coins from students allows me to have a insight into their life after GSW. So working with the students, I've seen them prepare for weddings and submit graduate school applications, receiving the acceptances into these grad schools, but also starting their first professional careers, 2 of them at Georgia Southwestern. So it's very meaningful and very special because GSW has a special place in my heart, and so seeing them connect to campus and continue that connection just makes what we do meaningful. So this tradition reminds us the important work that we do and how it's all about the small moments and connecting with our students on a day-to-day basis, whether that's through going to class or deciding next steps or going through hard times. We're the support team at GSW that helps the students navigate that. And that is a huge honor for me personally because I put a lot of value in supporting students because I do believe we're changing lives each day, and I'm a small piece of their very big journey, and it is very heartwarming that I even have the opportunity to be that small piece.
I would just like to thank both of you for making such an impact on my journey through GSW, but I would like to present you both with my silver coins.
I had Miss Morgan Whaley in the spring of 2025 for a couple of online classes. So for a while, I did not get to meet her face to face. But one thing that I loved about her was that she gave really good feedback on my assignments, and she always ended on a positive note. And the other thing that she would do was every announcement that she posted in the class shell ended with, "We can do hard things." And so if you knew Miss Morgan, that was something that she said quite frequently. And so I met her at the softball field, which is where her heart was, and she was the person that said what she meant and meant what she said. And so any feedback she gave me on an assignment, she reaffirmed it to my face. She introduced herself to me and said, "Hey, are you Reese? You're in one of my classes." And I said, "Yes, ma'am." And we got to talking, and I was just in a season of life where I was working several jobs and I was busy all the time. I had late nights and early mornings and a class load and all the things, and life just felt very overwhelming a lot of times. But she always found me, and she always told me that I was doing a great job. And so I knew by the end of that class that Morgan was the one that was going to get my silver coin. It's hard to describe a person like that because they're so rare to find. And when you find them, you have to hold on to them. And we didn't get to hold on to her long enough. When she got sick, it was really sad, but everyone had a positive outlook, and I think she carried that positive outlook until the end. And a couple months later, I was coming up on graduation, and I didn't know who to give my silver coin to because I had planned to give it to her, and she was gone, and I didn't know how to honor her in a way that felt meaningful. And so I was presenting my student teaching portfolio for the school, and someone asked me who I was giving my coin to. And I told them the story of Miss Morgan and how I had planned to give it to her, and they said, you have to do it. You have to find some way to do it. And so I went to Mr. Jimmy Whaley's office that afternoon, and I met with him, and it was tears everywhere, but it was this beautiful moment where we both got to celebrate her, and he got to see a side of her that he didn't get to see every day, which was how she impacted her students. And so when I got asked to do this interview, I didn't want to think about what I was going to say. I didn't know how to put into words what Miss Morgan did for me and who she was as an educator. But the night before my interview, I went to a local shop and I was looking through, just kind of figuring out what I wanted to say and shopping and doing whatever. And I stumbled across this shirt, and it says, "You can do hard things." And if you know Miss Morgan, you know that she said this to everyone, because she really did believe that we can do hard things. I'm getting ready to start my first year teaching, and I can 100% say with confidence that I would not be as prepared as I am today without the help and the guidance and the wisdom of Morgan Whaley. So, Mr. Jimmy Whaley has my silver coin in honor of her and the person that she was and the impact that she still has. You did it. You did a hard thing. I did a hard thing.